We will do a quick overview of the database tuning here. When we do database tuning, the first thing we want to do is to learn about our environment. We need to understand what activities are taking place in our database environment. We also need to know how data flows throughout our database environment. It's very important we create baselines. When we do performance tuning, we will use a baseline to measure the performance. We will also use a baseline to do performance troubleshooting. A baseline is the normal behavior of our databases or our environment based on the business requirements. Keep in mind, things change with time. We need to understand the volatility. We need to update our baselines periodically, especially right after we have made significant changes to our environment or to our databases. Generally speaking, we use profiling tools to do performance tuning. We will use tools to capture activities taking place in our environment. We will collect the relevant data. If necessary, we can replay the collected trace data in a test environment for further performance tuning or investigation. When we optimize SQL queries, generally speaking, we will review the execution plan of a query. The optimizer of our database engine will create an execution plan whenever we run a query. In the execution plan, there are many steps. Those are the steps the database engine needs to go through to get the data we want. Details about these steps, such as resource consumption, can help us do performance tuning. A poorly designed database is a mess. There is only so much improvement that we can do with hardware and indexing. Oftentimes, we just need to redesign the database from scratch. Let's be prepared and organized. We want to be proficient on using the required tools and code. We also want to build and update documentation about our environment and our databases. Lastly, keep in mind, database optimization never ends. System changes with time, or things do change with time. We want to do performance tuning on a regular basis. We also need to update our baselines periodically. Keep in mind, whenever we have made significant changes to our databases or our environment, we want to update our baselines. This is the end of our discussion.